Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and try to release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today's movie, Engaged to be Murdered, is a thriller drama about a wealthy businessman taking his new fiancée home to meet his rich and powerful mother. His brilliant plan is to surprise his mother with his fiancée and tell her about the engagement on the same night. When things don't go as planned, and his mother and fiancé don't get along, things take a deadly twist. It was directed by Keegan Connor Tracy and written by Michael M. Scott. It stars Erin Boyes as Olivia, Jackson's new fiancée, Sarah Jane Redmond as Amanda Finley, the mother of Jackson, and Madison Smith as Jackson, the wealthy businessman. The movie spends most of its screen time going back and forth between Olivia's and Amanda's perspectives. Olivia is an average woman working from home as an accountant. She works at a firm that does the accounting for Jackson's business. When Jackson brings her back to America from Singapore to meet his mother, she isn't confident in his plan, but goes along with it anyway. Amanda Finley is a wealthy widow who lives by herself and relies on her housekeeper. When Jackson tells her he is returning from Singapore, she has the housekeeper make his favorite meal and starts to prepare for his arrival. When he surprises her with his new fiancée, she turns to her brother and Jackson's boss, Victor, to look into her. She's sure this new woman is only after Jackson's money. The story plays out a lot of predictable tropes of a wealthy woman looking down on the average woman her son brought home. She's immediately suspicious of her for no reason, she doesn't like the part of town she lives in, and she thinks very little of the gifts Olivia brings to her. We get scenes of Amanda and Victor using different minions to look into Olivia's life, and scenes of Olivia and Jackson reacting to and discussing everything that's going on. But the film doesn't flesh out any of them as characters. It introduces a few side characters, rushes through the story beats one by one, and doesn't give the cast any time to stretch. Every one of the actors looks like they're trying, and they say their lines in a convincing way, but there aren't any big emotions in this movie, even though there is an attempted murder. The camera rarely gets anyone alone, and when it does, they're always staring off dramatically. The story also doesn't focus on the antagonist at all, and just shoehorns in the solution to the mystery at the last second. It involves one character making a dramatic flip from their earlier persona, and another character's obvious criminal activity being revealed. Olivia's apartment is broken into, she's attacked, and then attacked again at the hospital. But the film spends a total of 2 minutes combined on all of these scenes, and then points at the most predictable person and tacks on a second person out of nowhere for a bit of dramatic flair. Film actually has Uncle Victor come in at the end and explain that the antagonist was arrested off screen. It's almost comical how low effort it was. The entire film, the music is trying to cram emotions down your ear holes by blasting Hollywood boilerplate tracks over every single scene. It's overdramatic, and it feels like the film is trying to force you to feel the emotions they want without doing the work to earn them. Like all the times Amanda is staring off and the music is telling you that something sinister is brewing, and yet she's just mildly concerned about Olivia and Jackson's relationship. The film often tries to paint characters in a sinister light using music, despite most of the characters being totally normal people with normal intentions. The camera work and production quality outside of the soundtrack is fairly standard work, and looks and sounds clean. There aren't any big visual moments, and most of the camera work is basic mid and close-up shots, but it's easily digestible. The worst part of the film is during the wrap-up. The film hints at a side character that wasn't really used in the film, being a future antagonist for some other property or sequel. It's cheesy, comes out of nowhere again, and adds another low-quality aspect to the film. Engaged to be Murdered just doesn't have what it takes to be a good thriller. It doesn't have any thrills. It needed to focus more on the danger presented to Olivia and everything that was going on with her investigation, or it needed to give the audience some reason to actually suspect Olivia other than the mysterious man she is meeting. It's a played out trope in TV and movies, and it always turns out to be a reasonable explanation rather than something devious. Oh, and Jackson asks her about it the second he finds out and is immediately told who the man is by Olivia. Talk about making something out of nothing. 5 out of 10.